Alright, so we're going to be back for another episode with Warfighter. Now, I'm not really interested in this game. I think I already made it fairly clear in the Cartel video, but I basically want to show off a little bit more of the game that I didn't show off last time. And that's what we're going to do in this play session right here. So I want to note that basically for this mission, we're going to basically play the Insurgents this time around, which are a little bit tougher than the Cartel. And we're also going to basically show off a little bit more of the stuff that I can be equipped with and such as well. So there's that. I'm also going to use one of the booster decks and choose the Russion Soldiers basically to show off what they're all about, because you can actually basically play with more than the base game if you want in this game. So we're going to do that. Okay, we're going to get the core deck out first. I only need the first three cards for that, and then we need the Insurgent decks over here. The action cards are going to go up here and over here. And the hostiles are going to go up over here. We need to basically pick ourselves a couple of objectives and stuff. But before we do that, we're actually going to put out the Russian cards because there's actually a couple, objectives added to it from this guy. Alright, so that's basically it for that. At this point, let's pull out the objective cards from the Middle East, so we'll put them over here. Let's get rid of these jungle ones. Now, the Russians basically have, a couple, interesting, objectives and missions for this Middle East thing. If you, use our, mission card, they got something called Overland, and this is probably, the highest resource costing card I've basically seen so far. Basically, it adds 141 resources to your guy, and you basically get a turn counter of 20 turns for your mission here. And it basically puts the thing all the way down to 10 over here. So this is a fairly, lengthy, card for a mission, but we're not going to use it, but I just wanted to throw it out there. What we are going to use is to reinforce outpost over here, which basically lets me, do a mission where once activated, I have to basically make sure there's no hostiles in this card. And that's not too hard to do, I think. And then for the next 3 turns, I basically make sure there's no one in there. So basically, the idea for this mission, I basically get to this outpost really quick and basically reinforce it. So that's what I have to basically do for that. We have these, mission cards to basically use right here. I think for our purposes, we're going to go with short and sweet, so let's put that out on the table. And this will basically mean I have one location to get through to get to the reinforced outpost. Alright, next I have to reinforce my soldiers. But we've got a couple locating cards. One is basically for the Middle East, so I'll put it over here. Get rid of that one, that's for the Cartel. We basically have to equip ourselves with a few soldiers to basically help us out here, so let's grab ourselves some soldiers. Because we've only got a resource cap of 27, I don't really have a whole lot of room for stuff, but we can put down a couple of guys at least, so let's just toggle the lock on this off and lift it up a little bit, then lock it. Anyhow, I basically only have room for 27 resources on this mission, so we don't have a lot of room for guys, but we're gonna throw in at least a couple guys. Let's throw in this guy right here. He's basically worth a value 6, and he's basically got an AK-74, so let's give him that. So we'll search the deck for an AK-74. That's the wrong one, so we're not gonna worry about it. Let's give him a rifle. This is the one right here. It's going to have an ammo of 5, so we have 5.45 ammo in there. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And it's going to go over here. Now, something special about Russian weaponry is they got something called no jam. If you're playing with advanced rules in this game, basically, if you go to page 11, I think it is, optional rules. Basically, you have an option where you can have weapon jams where when you fire in burst mode or auto fire mode, your weapon can jam, and that basically results in your weapons basically being inoperable until you unjam them. We're not going to worry about that rule, but it's something you can basically have for your weapons if you want to in this game. Next, we have to have ourselves a player soldier, so let's look for one of those. And this guy will probably do, I guess. Actually, no, he's a little bit expensive, so I'm not going to worry about him. That guy's cool, but I don't want to have, a high load, I don't think, for this mission, so See if someone a little bit less low than him. I'll keep this guy around. Or this guy. If it's cheap enough, I'll bring him around, right? So, alright, so apparently the Russians don't have very cheap guys, which is kind of an issue for me, but oh well. Let's throw off one of these guys to be our main guy here then. We're gonna go with this guy right here. He's basically a medic, which basically means he's very good with fuel results, so let's make sure that we basically have ourselves one, medic pack for him. And I'll basically show off what that's all about, I guess. That will require 4 benches, so we'll get those out of the way. The next thing we're basically going to do is basically grab, let's see here. We need a weapon for my guy, so let's get that out of the way. Maybe not AK-47 because that's a little bit weak on the range. But I am feeling a PKM, for example. Do I have the resources for it, though? Who cares? I'm just going to take it. Alright, so we're going to put down a PKM machine gun over here for this guy. Now, in total, this guy basically has 6 resources for this guy right here, and then we've got, 10 for this and then 9 for that. So, basically, it's a 6, 15, 25, and then 27. We're already at our resource cap with all this stuff, because we basically have 27. But that's fine. Basically, I get to show off, what the machine gun's like, what the first aid's like, and all that stuff, so we'll do that. We need 4 7.62 ammo for this guy, for his guns. Let's do that right now. Now I can have something called dedicated support where basically I could pay one less card, but we're not going to worry about this. Basically, this will make it easier for supporting cards like the sniper I played in against the drug cartel, and it basically makes it cheaper to pay. But we're not going to worry about it because I'm not really into support cards that much, so let's get rid of that card. All right, so we're basically ready to play at this point with these guys. I have to give them their actions, so this guy gets 2 actions over here, and this guy's going to get 1 or 2 actions for himself over here. And I want to know, by the way, I don't really plan to win this mission, but if I can, I will, but I probably won't because this is not a really good setup for it. Basically, you don't really need medics for very short missions like this, but I want to show off what the medic's all about, and showing off the PKM would be fun too, I guess, so we'll do that as well. We got 2 soldiers, so we basically have to have identification tokens for them, so there's this one for him, one for him, and we'll build like this for him and him. This is inactive at the moment, so we'll put it right there. And we'll have basically a timer for 7 turns, because basically it's a 7-turn mission. Alright, so at this point, let's grab ourselves the cup here. And we'll grab 1, 2, 3, 4 for my guy. And 1, 2, 3, 4 for the other guy. And at this point, let's actually have my guys go and start the mission, I guess. So we need to grab ourselves some cards for this guy down here. He basically has 6 health, so basically it's 6 action cards. And I got a location card right at the start here, but it's a really crappy one because it adds 5 to the next location's hostile value. I may play this, but it's gonna be but it's going to be really very tough, basically, first mission, just to throw it out there. Actually, you know what? Let's just, add a little bit more, chance to basically get over here, so... now, you know what? We're just going to play it as is. So, we're just going to go for cards right here, and we got ourselves a location card, so we'll play it right now. This is basically, one action to play card, so we're basically going to play one action to get. And one of those is a very terrible action, very terrible card to play because it basically adds 5 to the next location's hostile value, which basically means like this field's going to be like making the outpost we're going to go to very, very hard to get to. But whatever. Well, I forgot about it again, but whatever. We'll put this down over here, and we'll put down on... That's electronic, why not? Anyways, we're basically going to put this down. It's going to add 5 to the next, location's hostile value, but whatever. We're going to put this down here to let me know I have to add 5 to it. Now, because we only got like 27 resources for this mission, we actually only need to like the 29 here, so we don't have to draw like free value hostiles. Well, let's do that. Apparently got some insurgents to fight. Now, these guys are basically like, a very powerful unit because they basically have 4 reticles to fight, and they basically make it difficult for being into the location. So we basically have to fight these guys in the field. This guy's really not good at range with his AK-74, so it's really going to suck for him, but let's have my guy here. He's going to fire his PKM at this, Insurgent. Now, the PKM basically has penetration on it, so basically this guy's, cover is basically irrelevant. We're just going to mow him down. And something about this weapon is basically it's a full all weapon, so we're basically going to roll and basically, roll 3 dice, basically. Because we're at range, at run, I have to roll an 8, but if I use this, steady aim here, I'll only have to roll basically a 6. So let's see if I can do that. Okay, we got ourselves a 6, a 10, and an 8. That means to land a kill shot. Now it's worth knowing that basically because I rolled a 6, a 10, and 8, even though I got what we think would be 3 kills, it's only 1. Because how the game basically works, each of these rolls for a rifle only goes after one of these reticles, so we only have 1 kill shot on this guy here. Alright, so that's basically our action stuff for this guy. What we're going to do next is have this guy fire, I guess. So he's going to basically, fire at this guy, and I can't use the cards because I don't have any experience to upgrade it. So this guy's just going to fire as is because I could enter the location, but it basically required me to pay 4 to basically enter there with this guy. You know, I might actually do that though. Let's use move out as a discard card for this guy. And we're going to advance my guy, player number 2, up to the open field. And he's basically going to open fire with his AK-74 at full auto at close range. And that's going to basically mean he's going to have a higher chance to hit them because his AK-74 basically has a good chance to hit at close range. So I have to get 7 one of these ones. I roll 5, which means I pierce the cover. I also roll a 10, and which means I get a kill. So one of these insurgents gets killed by him. And that's both his actions to do, so we're basically done our turn. So I'll note by the way that this open field has no reinforcement value, so that's a good thing about it, but these guys still get to fire at us. They're going to fire at player number 2, so we're going to go after this guy right here. Now, because there's basically 2 of them alive, I have to roll 2 dice for them, so they get 2 dice each. And I have to roll a cover value to basically beat this guy's cover 2. So we'll see if we can do that. Now they beat the cover with a 3, so this guy gets hit, and they just need to roll up to a 7 to basically get a wound, so they managed to land a wound on my guy. Now as you guys get wounded, basically they'll be a little bit less effective, so this guy being wounded, he's basically now down to 2 actions, and if he gets wounded again, he'll be down to 1 action, which would be very bad. But he's still in good condition to go, so we're good on that front. We're going to advance the mission timer to 6 here, and we'll go again. Let's have this guy start opening fire to try and kill the other insurgents, I guess. So he'll fire once. He got 2, which is not enough to basically beat this guy's cover, so he doesn't hit him. But he did get himself a 6, or 9 rather. That means I suppressed one of the guys. Now it's worth knowing, by the way, that when this guy's suppressed, there's only 1 guy active. They only have the interest cost is only active if you have guys in here. So there's no interest cost at this point for his location. I may want to move this guy up here at this point. So I'm gonna play the advanced card. And we're going to basically have this guy move up to the open field. Next, I'm going to use steady aim, and we're going to fire a PKM again at this guy to try and like go mow down his last insurgent if I can. We got 1, but it doesn't matter because, like, you know, we're using the PKM, which basically automatically appears as a cover. We also got 2. Now 2 is bad because, oh wait, it's not bad. This PKM actually has to reload at 1, so unless I roll a 1, we're actually not going to have to worry about reloads. But the 10 does magically get killed, so let's do that. And this guy gets killed. And that's going to be it for this guy's actions. This guy's still got an action to do whatever he wants to, so let's see if we can actually kill off like this insurgent, I guess. So let's fire full auto. He got 3, which basically pierces the cover. And he also got 1, which basically means does a reload. And I got a couple of 3s, which basically means he misses. So he's just basically wastes his turn to try and hit that guy, and has to reload the next time. So it sucks, but whatever. That's basically it for the insurgent. So basically at this point, this guy's not able to do anything. He's used a suppressed token. So you're of that. And the turn counter goes to 5. Now this thing right here, the reinforced outpost, I basically have to ensure for the next 3 turns that there's like no enemies at this site. So I probably should activate this right now. So what we're gonna do right now, I think, we're gonna basically draw some cards. So this guy's gonna spend an action to like draw 6 cards, I think. We're gonna discard this one, just draw 6 more. And at this point, he's basically got some more stuff here. What I want to do at this point is basically open up the reinforced outpost, I think. So let's actually have it, like, you know, open up with our action point, which means that I have to populate it. It's going to have up to 1 guy in here, so not too bad. And it's going to be just a light machine gunner in here. Now for this mission, all I have to do is keep this, like, you know, reinforced outpost clear. So basically what I have to do at this point is have my guy gun him down, perhaps this guy here. So let's see if we can do that. Actually, what we're going to do with this guy first. Let's have him try and gun down this insurgent first instead, because if I kill him, I'll get the experience, and I can use the experience to like do other stuff with that over here. So let's do that. We're going to basically roll an all at the insurgent here. We got ourselves a 4, a 1, which means I have to reload again, and an 8. And of course I have to basically spend a turn to get rid of that reload, so that happens. And then this 8 basically means I kill off the insurgent, so he's out of the picture. So we get rid of all this stuff right here. And he's out of the picture. My guy's going to get free experience for killing him. And that's basically it for his turn. Alright, so basically at this point, these guys are basically going to fire at us. Now, this machine gun is very interesting because he basically has something called again on him. And that basically means he's going to fire again if he rolls a 3 and a 6, so he's really badass for that, but let's just see how he does. He rolls 1 dice. He automatically pierces my cover and he rolls a 6. When he rolls a 6, he rolls again and he gets a wound. So he's basically going to wound my player number 1 turn, so he gets wounded by 1. And because he's got this again here, it basically means he fires again. So he fires again. He got another 6 and he got 4. And basically, he fires yet again, so he's going to inflict another wound. And he fires yet again. Okay, we got ourselves a 2 and a 6. A 2 is still enough to... oh. So this guy's actually got no cover, this guy, so basically he's going to get, ripped apart, so... He takes another wound, my guy. This guy's going to fire again. He's rolling a 2 this time, so he missed. So at this point, this guy's finally missed, and he can't do anything else, but my guy suffered a lot of wounds from that fight, unfortunately. Alright, so at this point, basically this guy's still an issue, but I want to try and get my guy over there, this guy perhaps in particular. Let's have him basically march over there, so he's basically going to use his, thing of free. Oh, you know what? I also forgot about something. I actually had like an extra 5 hostiles over here, so there's actually a value of 5 for this location, so let's see if there's anyone else over here. There's a stalker. He would have been over here. and a militia's over there. And we had a vehicle ID happen, so both my guys are going to get suppressed. So that adds up to being an extra 3. I have basically an extra 5, right? So we have to keep adding cards to this place. So we add up encounter. Basically that makes me suffer another suppress. And a leader. Alright, so that's pretty badass. Basically we had like, all this stuff basically happen here. Well, let's just see what here. This thing goes off and my guys get suppressed. I could pay experience to get rid of it, but I'm not going to worry about that too much. Then we're going to have this encounter happen. Now here's something to note, by the way. In this game, your guys can actually suffer multiple like suppresses, so let's take this dice here. And let's say this guy here gets suppressed again, so he's basically going to suppress twice. From that, second encounter. Alright, so basically at this point, these guys would axe. Basically, the stock will basically fire at my guy, so he's basically going to roll as range 0 at my one of these guys, so we draw for him. He's going to fire player number 2. He rolls a 1, which means it doesn't penetrate cover, but he does roll a 4, so he's going to suppress him. And this is something to note, by the way. You can have your guys get multiple suppresses on your guys, and it really sucks, unfortunately, but whatever. Let's say his turn basically done. This guy has to move up, so he does so. And there's this guy up here. Now this guy can fire as well, so he's going to basically fire up 1 dice. He rolls a 4 and a 6 at player number 2, so basically going to inflict 1 wound on the other guy here. Now this guy's basically down to like 1 action, which is not very good for him. But that's basically life as is. But we're basically back to our turn again at this point. We're actually up to 4 here for this. Alright, so basically at this point we're very, very suppressed. Now something to know about suppression in this game is that they can stack up, and you have to basically spend an action each time to basically get rid of them. So basically this guy can do nothing. And this guy over here, he can only spend 1 turn to basically get rid of one of his suppresses. And at this point, let's try and take out some stuff, I guess. So we're going to use Snapshot and Combine Fire. And we're going to try and fire at this gunman before he tries to kill me this time. So we're going to basically fire off all 3 of our dice at the gunman. Now the gunman basically has, a thing of like 4. So 2 plus 2 equals 4. I basically pierce his cover. And then we also get like an 8. So basically at like a range of like 1, we gotta roll an 8, so we did kill this guy off, and he's out of the picture. He can't do anything else to me anymore. I still have more guys to deal with though, so we have to deal with them. These guys are gonna be firing at player number 2 when they get the chance. They're all firing at player number 2, these guys. Now what I really need to do for this mission is basically clear out this objective, so if I kill off this guy and basically survive, I'll basically win. So let's just try and fire at the leader again with my guy, and see if I can kill him off. And he's going to use his actual action this time to do it, so he does that. Well, once I'm able to pierce this guy's cover because I need a 3 more to basically hit it, but I wasn't able to roll a 10, and 10's enough to basically suppress this guy. So we'll do that. And that's it for a turn, basically. Alright, so basically at this point, this guy's suppressed and he's out of ammo. And this guy's basically wounded quite badly, but what I roll is basically see what happens here. So these guys are basically going to retaliate against us. This guy's going to roll 2 dice against us, so let's roll those 2 dice right now. He throws a 3 at us, which means he pierces this guy's cover easily. And he rolls a 10, which means he automatically kills this guy. So basically, I gets killed in action, so he's out of the running. Let's just throw him out of here for now. Now, when these guys get killed, you can actually use their equipment if they're in the same place as you. So that's basically for my use if I want to. I just have to reload the weapon and use it. And this guy's basically used his turn. This guy's going to fire me as well, but he's going to go after my main soldier now because there's no longer another target for him. he's basically going to roll 1 dice. And he rolls a 6, so he inflicts 2 wounds on my guy here. It's not looking good. I basically have, like, you know, only 1, you know, hit point left on this guy, but whatever. This guy basically loses suppress, and that's all he loses. And Tyre goes down to 3. Now, I basically have to kill this leader in his turn, or else basically we're gonna be unable to win this mission. So, for this guy here, he has to fire off his PKM again at this guy. So we'll do that. He gets a 3, so he managed to get that hit, but he only got like you know, a 4 and a 5. So unfortunately for this guy, he's unable to basically, you know, land a kill shot on this guy. So all he's going to do is suppress him. And because of the fact that basically we have to spend actually to do a reload thing here, we're basically done. So basically at this point we've lost the mission because even though I basically, you know, have like, you know, time to basically, you know, I basically don't have time to kill this guy because I can't draw any cards basically to do anything. So that's just, it throws off a little bit more about what, you know, what to expect in this game. Sometimes these games can be really quick. And in this case, we lost this mission because, like, you know, our, like, you know, player 2 got killed, and like this guy was unable to, like, you know, kill this guy in time. So it's unfortunate, but we lost this game, and I got to show off a little bit more. Now, if I want to, for example, this guy could actually, like, you know, heal himself, and basically it'll show us off. When you're basically healing stuff, basically you have to roll a dice for it. So you take a bandage, and you roll a dice. If the guy's a mech, you add to this value, so basically I will heal myself for 7, and we basically will heal ourselves, you know, for 2. And when we basically heal ourselves for 2, basically, it basically means that we can basically get rid of that, and, you know, this guy's basically only got 3 wounds now. But regardless of what basically happened, we just lost there, and that's basically it for this big game. I'm not going to play Warfighter again because, you know, I really don't think much of this game. It is a good concept for a game, but it's just one I don't think it's like too fun to play in the long run. But hope you guys enjoyed this, like, you know, quick like show of it, and take care.